Turkey is a stunning location that straddles Asia and Europe. It is filled to the brim with historic ruins left over from a parade of civilizations and endowed with magnificent landscape that never fails to impress. All who visit are awed by its colorful culture, delectable cuisine, and extensive history, while its magnificent landscapes, which range from the Mediterranean's warm sunshine to its powerful mountains and barren steppe, serve as standalone tourist attractions. This country offers visitors a wide variety of things to do, whether you want to soak up the Byzantine and Ottoman glories of Istanbul on a city break, relax on the beach, delve into history by wandering through ruins like Ephesus, or see some of the world's most surreal landscapes in Pamukkale and Cappadocia. Watch this comprehensive video of Turkey's top tourist sites for suggestions on where to go. 1. The Hagia Sophia Mosque. The Hagia Sophia Mosque, regarded as one of the most stunning structures in the world, is not only one of the top things to do in Istanbul, but also in Turkey. It was constructed in 537 CE by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian, and it has continued to hold the title of largest church in the world for 1,000 years. The delicate minarets that were built after the Ottoman conquest frame the towering mass of its exterior, and the lavish and vast frescoed interior is a great reminder of the majesty and power of Old Constantinople. Every visitor to the country must see this famous landmark. 2. Ephesus. The impressive ruin of Ephesus is a city of enormous monuments and marble-columned streets that should not be missed. This is the spot to experience what life may have been like during the Roman Empire's golden age, because it is one of the most complete, still-standing famed towns from antiquity in the Mediterranean region. Although the city has been inhabited since the 10th century BCE, the majority of the significant monuments you can still see today originate from the Roman era, when it was a booming trading center. The Great Theater, the complex of terraced buildings with frescoes, and the Celsus Library all provide as evidence of Ephesus' prosperity and significance during the Roman era. Make care to organize your visit so you won't feel rushed. A sightseeing excursion here will take at least half a day to see the major features and longer if you really want to explore. 3. Cappadocia. Every photographer's fantasy is captured in Cappadocia's bizarre, curving rock valleys. Rippling panoramas of wave-like rock formations, or bizarrely shaped pinnacles that have been fashioned by millennia of wind and water activity, can be found on cliff ridges and hill crests. In addition, this is one of the finest locations in the world to go on a hot air balloon ride if you don't feel like hiking for the sights. The frescoed rock-cut churches and cave-cut buildings from the Byzantine era, when this region was inhabited by monastic Christian groups, are nestled in this distinctive lunar-like terrain. Some of the best surviving religious works from the middle of the Byzantine era may be found, in particular, in the several cave churches of Gorm Open Air Museum and Ilara Valley. With their boutique hotels that let guests stay in caves with all of today's comforts, Cappadocia's villages, half hewn into the hillsides, are also an attraction in and of themselves. From here, visitors may explore the surrounding area. 4. Pamukkale. The pristine white travertine terraces of Pamukkale, often known as Cotton Castle in English, tumble down the slope and seem out of place in the surrounding greenery. They are one of Turkey's most well-known natural beauties. The enormous and sprawling ruins of Greco-Roman Hierapolis, an ancient spa town, are spread across the crest of this calcite hill. However, the Travertines themselves are a highlight of a journey to Turkey. After viewing the ruins of the city's agora, gymnasium, necropolis, and massive gates, as well as the ancient theater with its views of the surrounding countryside, you may take a dip in the historic pool's mineral-rich waters, which helped make this spa town famous in antiquity. After that, descend the Travertine Hill to the modern Pamukkale little settlement below by wading through the water-filled top terraces. Come at dusk as the sun is setting to get the greatest pictures of the glowing Travertines. 5. Antalya. Everyone may find something to enjoy in this thriving Mediterranean hub. The two main beaches outside of town are a sun paradise loungers in the summer and draw tourists from all over Europe. While the Old Town area, tucked away in the heart of the city, is a beautiful sight to explore with its cobblestone streets bordered by rickety palaces from the Ottoman era. For tourists who prefer to utilize Antalya as a base, there are a ton of attractions outside of town in addition to the impressive collection of Hellenistic and Roman marble statues housed in one of the nation's best museums, the Antalya Museum. Particularly, Antalya is a convenient starting point for day journeys to some of Turkey's most famous Greco-Roman antiquities, notably the numerous remains at Side and the nearby towns of Aspendos and Perge. 6. Cruising the Mediterranean. Although there are numerous ruins and activities along Turkey's Mediterranean coast, many visitors just want to relax in the sun and take in the breathtaking scenery. For good reason, boat cruising is the most popular pastime for tourists in Bodrum and Fethiye. The area is ideal for maritime exploration due to its steep slopes covered in forest, secret coves with tiny white sand beaches, and hundreds of dispersed islands. Even the most ardent city slickers will be amazed. One of the most well-known excursions is the Blue Cruise, which departs from Fethiye and goes south down the coast before disembarking near Olympus, the location of the famed Chimera natural phenomena. 7. Mount Nemrut. The summit funerary mound of Mount Nemrut, the most popular tourist destination in eastern Turkey, is littered with the broken remains of once vigilant enormous statues. One of the strangest archaeological sites in Turkey has to be this strange and desolate location. The summit's enormous stone statues of long-forgotten gods cast an ominous aura over the desolate hilltop. Antiochus I, king of the Commagene kingdom, which was located in this area in between the Roman and Parthian empires, is credited with erecting the top. Antiochus I erected a 50-meter-high artificial peak on Mount Nemrut's summit, and then embellished it with statues of himself and numerous gods in order to devote this massive funeral mound to himself as a showcase of his importance. The statues emerge from the darkness at sunrise, which is the most popular time to visit. 8. Aspendos. The jaw-droppingly enormous Roman theater of Aspendos, which is located just south of the tourist destination of Antalya, commemorates the pomp and ceremony of Marcus Aurelius' empire. One of antiquity's main draws is the 15,000-seat theater, which has undergone extensive restoration and is thought to be the best surviving example of a classical age theater that is still standing in the entire world. The theater is the main attraction at this site, and for most people making the short trek from Antalya or Side, it is all they see, but there are still many other remains to see at the Aspendos site. The huge hillside terrain here surrounding the theater is littered with the remains of an aqueduct, agora, stadium, and a basilica from the Byzantine Empire. 9. Patara. With such a vast Mediterranean coastline, Turkey has a beach for every kind of sunbather, but one of its most well-known stretches of sand is Patara. The beach stretches over 18 kilometers down the shoreline, so even during the busiest months of the year, you can still find a calm area away from the people. The extensive ruins of ancient Patara, which include a colonnaded street, the city's rebuilt Bouleuterion, and a theater with seating for 5,000 people, add to the experience. They are located right below the sand. When you've gotten your fill of swimming, sunbathing, and exploring the sand dunes, take a stroll beyond them to see the ruined remains of this once thriving Lycian metropolis. Both Kas and Fethiye can be readily reached from Patara. 10. Safranbolu. The most well-preserved Ottoman settlement in Turkey is a gorgeously picturesque area of narrow, winding lanes lined with beautifully renovated wooden buildings that originally belonged to wealthy merchants, but are now boutique hotels and eateries. There isn't much to do in the town itself. Instead, this is a spot to merely wander the streets and take in the ambience of the past. It is renowned for its traditional crafts and sweets, and there are many adorable stores where you may buy a one-of-a-kind souvenir. This is a great site to rest for the night if you're traveling inland from Istanbul and want to take in the historical ambience.